All right. This is the third time I've tried to record this. So now that I've had a little practice, let's get into it. So this is going to serve as a supplement to speech ops and a few of the Machismo's tech support, just to supplement what's going on. Because I know that these courses can probably be difficult. I've taken certifications before. Like I was certified in Microsoft networking, which is obsolete at this point. But going into AI, Kubernetes, cloud, and I'm dropping a few right now because I got to go back and look at my notes. But to help people understand the language being used in these books and to figure out certain things, I I owe it to y'all because I've been aware of this book that can help you learn 3,000 words. Now, why is this important? This is important because these technical manuals and or languages use a lot of words that people don't understand outside of an eighth grade level. These are higher level courses. These are higher level languages. So you get a lot of people that talk fast and don't pronunciate uh, the words properly. Excuse me, I'm driving right now, but don't pronounce the words properly, and it makes it hard for you to understand, especially if you're watching certain YouTube videos. It may sound like these guys are speaking Chinese. And I know my pronunciation ain't the greatest, but heck, I mean, what's one more tool? What's one more tool? It all helps out. So this book is a Webster's book, has a green cover, and what it does is it allows you to break down the prefixes and suffixes and oftentimes the middle parts of the words that are being used so you can help understand. Now, only thing you need after that is context. Because like I said, some words have several different meanings. But if we're talking about, computers and programming and policy and stuff like that, you can use these prefixes and suffixes to figure out words you didn't know, or words that people are trying to use, whether they use them in the right context or not. And I noticed that in these spaces, when people explain things, they talk fast and they don't pronounce the words properly, and it leads to a lot of confusion. So for the new guy who's coming along, who's trying to learn all this programming language, and you're reading the books and it's trying to explain to you how to use containers, and it uses a word you don't recognize, this book can help you understand what they mean, because words have meanings. And it'll also help you understand the conversations that happen in this red pill space and manosphere space that people try to gaslight you with, if that makes sense. So by using this, like, all right, I'll give you an example. Ben Shapiro, I don't think is very bright, but he knows a lot of uh, complex words, and the way he uses those makes him sound smart. And to the average person, you may give him the benefit of the doubt just because he used a big word that you don't recognize. Oh, well, he sounds like he knows the hell he's talking about, right? Does that make sense? So when it comes to these programming languages or reading these manuals, this book is going to help you understand how to decipher the words, the language, and what exactly they mean. And that's the best that I can do for you guys in this space to kind of help you understand what's going on. Because even when I was listening to Theo and Machismo and or him and Dak and I can't forgive me, but I don't remember the other guy's name, when they were talking about certain aspects of the cloud and the graphs and how they all interface with each other, hell, I was lost too until I remembered. Oh wait, let me go back and review my notes and look at the captions to see what they were saying. So now a lot of stuff they were talking about makes sense, even though I'm not in the class. I plan on getting into the class, but I got other things that I want to do first. Like I'm working on my master's electrician license. So like once I get that, because like you always got to have something in your back pocket. Like I have a trade that I can always lean on. So if this stuff doesn't work for me, or I mean I know it's going to work, but if it doesn't work the way I plan, I still have this in my back pocket. I can still run a business. I can still do installations because you're always going to need electrical. I've worked in a few data centers before, so if I can't get into the software engineering side of it, I can always still work there on the power requirements, because if I, as an electrician, can solve a problem, I'd rather, sometimes I'd rather be there. And the pay can be almost as competitive depending on where you're at. Because if they're having power issues, it affects how data is stored. So a brownout, while a hard disk is writing data, even in the cloud is not safe from brownouts, power outages, and so forth. There should be a level of redundancy there, but like I say, there's an issue with the power, it will affect the cloud. I know this, a lot of people don't. All right. Now, going back to what I was saying and understanding the language, you'll find very few brothers who are going to tell you exactly what I've just told you, how to understand. Now, this is not no disrespect to anybody, anything like that, but I saw an opening where there was a piece of information missing. So therefore, I'm doing my due diligence to give you the information that is missing, if that makes sense. So there you have it, fellas. I'm going to post the book. I'm going to go on Barnes& and Nobles and post the link. Now, I'm not saying doing anything illegal, but I'm pretty sure there's probably some copies floating around on the dark corners of the internet. Not my problem. I didn't do it. But I would suggest you buy a physical copy. I actually have a physical copy of the book, and I'm going to find it and post it and go from there. But thank you guys for your time. Thank you for listening. This is No News Out. Peace.